Hi, welcome back to another adventure with Brian
and Heather
and Fern outdoors. Fern, we are doing some backcountry canoe camping for the first time with Fern, who's very excited because I'm talking now. Yeah, so Fern just completed her first ever portage. We're just about to paddle this next lake, and we're going to be at our campsite soon. So we're going to be here how many nights? 3 nights?
Yep.
3 nights in the backcountry with John and Linnea, Fern, and we'll see how she does. Right now she's sitting on my lap. She has been up by my feet, so. All right. Say come along, Fern. Fern. Hey, Fern. You ready for this? You ready? We're all loaded up. Fern's gonna go right in the front with me.
It's not very ergonomic paddling, Fern. You're affecting her power output.
Are you helping with the hammock situation? Are you being a puppy in the backcountry? Wild? Fern, are you digging for worms?
Ew, she just bit that mushroom.
Don't eat the mushrooms, Fern.
She bit a chunk off of it. You're a wild animal. Here you go. Come here. Oh.
Fern is very sick, and we gotta paddle out of here and get to the nearest emergency vet.
Alright, keep going. Fernie's having bad backcountry experience.
Yeah.
She got sick out in the bush, puked, and then started drooling like a faucet, and then had neurologic symptoms and couldn't stand or walk. And now we're at the emergency vet. We paddled, portaged, paddled, and now we're getting Fernie some help.
Yeah.
She's doing a little bit better. She's more alert now.
They just gave her some fluids. That's why I'm holding up the
Big lump on her back.
tissue.
Put fluids underneath her skin.
Doing some lab work.
We don't know if she ate mushrooms, but we put these on a Facebook group to get identified. Hopefully we'll figure something out, because we don't know what it was. If it was mushrooms, if she had an allergic reaction to some other kind of plant or animal, we don't know. Ew, she just bit that mushroom.
Don't eat the mushrooms, Fern.
She bit a chunk off of it.
Oh, okay. Well, We just left the vet. Her labs looked good. Liver enzymes looked good. Her creatinine and bun and everything looked good. Nothing was alarming. So they really think that it was maybe just an allergic reaction. There's really no way to know since we didn't see her eat a mushroom. We didn't see her, you know, maybe there was toads, maybe she got a toad. We just don't really know. But their guess is kind of that it's an allergic reaction. So they gave her some fluid, some anti-nausea. I'm actually sitting in the vehicle right now with Fern, who's doing a little bit better. She's at least able to sit up. We are at Tractor Supply. Brian has to pick up some Benadryl for her. We need to give her a half a tab of Benadryl twice a day for the next 2 days. In case it was an allergic reaction, we hope it was. So yeah, luckily we're near Brian's parents. So unfortunately we don't get to go back into the backcountry tonight. We're gonna stay at his parents' house so that we can continue to monitor her overnight. The nearest emergency vet, if she does start to decline, is in Wausau, Wisconsin, which is probably, I don't know, maybe 2 hours away from here. So we don't want to be in a situation again where we are deep in the backcountry. I don't think Brian and I had ever paddled so hard in our lives. We paddled across the lake, portage, paddled across another lake. It was very stressful. And, you know, we didn't have cell service, so, you know, we couldn't call a vet. We couldn't even, like, you know, you're just out there with no service. So we did the right thing. We got her help as soon as we could. I'm glad that we don't have to drive all the way to Wausau, that we were able to stop in at the local vet right before they closed and they saw her and they didn't seem too alarmed. So hopefully it's gonna be okay for little Miss Fernie girl. Fernie, you gave us quite the scare. I'm not really sure. At this point, you know, I'm notoriously months behind on these video editing, so I'm not quite sure, like, up to this point if I've shared anything about Sadie, but Brian and I both have a lot of PTSD with what happened with Sadie. You know, she got really ill really quick, and we had to drive 6 hours to the nearest, or not even, it was like 8 hours to the nearest emergency vet, and we ended up losing her to encephalitis. That was really awful to go through, so we were really scared. We're just glad that she's okay. So, yeah, this was supposed to be a video of Fern's first trip to the backcountry, and, yeah. We always knew that this is a risk. You know, we have these fears for ourselves, too. You know, what we would do if we get injured in the backcountry. You know, Brian almost got injured a couple years ago in Sylvania. I think we actually posted it. I think I might have made a video about that. I swear he almost broke his kneecap. But, you know, you think about those things when you're deep in the backcountry. You think about if you did injure yourself, like if something did happen to Brian, like how would I get him out? You know, how would I paddle out? Portage, paddle. You know, we've been talking for years about getting some sort of, you know, they have those like spots or they're basically like emergency. I'm sure anyone that's watching our videos knows what I'm talking about, but basically it's like an emergency thing. There's a subscription and then you can connect and get emergency services. So I think now might be the time to do that because you just never know. It's the risk of being in the backcountry, but luckily, hopefully this story is going to have a good ending, but we're still pretty nervous. So here's Brian now. It's like,
I got her some food and some treats because I don't know what we had, and then I bought her another little bit.
Yeah, we didn't, when we went to get out, we basically grabbed the canoe, didn't grab anything else, so we got to get her some food, got to get her some Benadryl. Looks like Brian bought her a little dog bed.
You gonna be okay, little girl?
Yeah. Hope she's okay. Well, so the next morning we decided to go for a walk down the boardwalk. All of these spider webs in the bog. Something. Fern, what do you have to say for yourself this morning? Gave Mommy and Daddy quite the scare. Yep, she's back to normal. full on monster mode. Monster puppy. Fern, stop it. Stop it. And this is why you have problems. This is why you bite mushrooms in the backcountry and have problems. Stop it. Ow! All right, we're back at it. I'm gonna give this another go. You ready to not eat toxic things, Fern? Okay. Yeah, you gonna have a good weekend? All right. Floaties in the backcountry. Better than paddle boards?
Yeah, it's so much easier to deal with.
All right, Fernie, Daddy made you a little tie out. We've cleared the area, or not cleared, we surveyed the area for any mushrooms, and there are no mushrooms because this is...
All hard packed for people walking.
Yeah, this is where people set up camp, so... She can just be tied up to her leash, eating some dinner. Yeah, we're doing pretty good today, aren't we, Fernie?
Girl, Fern. Uh-oh.
Did you get it?
Nope.
Oh, did you get it?
Nope.
Did you see it, Fern? Did you swim right past it? Where you at? Did you see it?
I see it.
I see it too. Well, I'm gonna let her swim around for it, I guess.
Throw something over there at it. Fern. There, she'll find it now, probably.
Oh, distracted by the bugs.
Hands tired.
I rolled that big old piece of ironwood from all the way at the top of the hill. That sucker's heavy.
This thing's ancient, too. It doesn't look like a giant tree, but this is about as big as these suckers get. This thing is old. And the wood is super hard. It's more dense than water. It actually sinks.
You know, like
Bushcrafting?
they don't.
No, but this stuff is hard.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Val hates eagles. Fuck those eagles. Fuck those guys.
He's like that in the background. It's a pretty funny audio.
John talking about Vale's, is it Vale or Tahoe's dislike for eagles? It's the money shot.
That's not a good bushcrafting axe, actually. It's too heavy.
You're ruining my ASMR on mushroom edition. You gotta like put your fingernails on the plastic. Just had to help. Didn't you? Just can't help it.
You guys are making ASMR, so I wanted to add some like fun sounds.
I feel like this will complete the mushroom saga of Sylvania 2022.
Hey, Fern.
Don't eat mushrooms, but then everybody else eats mushrooms, and it's fine with they eat mushrooms.
Yes, people eat the mushrooms all the time. Gotta sear them.
Handle a little bit of fire for a few seconds.
It's like a sear.
ASMR steaks and toxic mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay.
First time actually using the U.S. Forest Service grill grate because we forgot the tripod. Well, we weren't going to use the tripod. It was like your little sticky Girl Grate thing, right?
I'm pretty sure we were going to use the tripod. That's where the miscommunication came.
Oh, we were supposed to bring our tripod?
Yeah, I was in my head, I was like, they're bringing the tripod.
I was like, they're bringing their crate, right? And Heather's
I was
I assume so. And I was like, we should probably ask. And then she probably never did. And I never
No,
did.
because I was like, they're bringing their tripods, so we're all good. Like, the tripods are best for the steaks because you can spin them and stuff, and you can, like, really fine-tune it. I don't know, I had it in my head.
Yeah.
I guess we need to add that to our list.
Well, no, I think actually the answer is we should bring our grill. Not to be like your tripod isn't as good as our grill, but...
We were going ultralight. There's no room for tripods when we're going ultralight.
Tastes delicious, then we know we don't need anything.
Right? Then you're right. Then we've learned a lesson that we were
I've seen
using
people
crutches
cook
all
steaks.
along.
You know, they have to
I don't
prepare
know.
their
These
fire
mushrooms
properly.
and onions, they look real bad. I probably will have to eat them myself.
Oh, yeah, they look terrible.
Fern. Fernie. You ready to sleep in the hammock? Fern. You gonna sleep in the hammock? Yeah. Alright, first night in the backcountry. Last night was supposed to be the first night, but tonight is. She's tired. Say good night. Brian's stinking up the tent with his dirty socks.
And that's stinky.
Bernie's hunkered down in the rain.
Staying away from the mushrooms.
In the backcountry. What is this? What did we determine this was? The lodge?
Backcountry lodge.
This is the lodge. While, per usual, Linnea tends to the fire and the food. I'm ready. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. Backcountry frittata.
I love hot sauce on eggs.
Me too.
We're definitely not going to be hungry after this.
Yeah, that's why Linnea and I, we packed one less lunch than... Yeah, I think this is just going to be like a scoop. Scoop more like a scramble.
Yeah. The funny thing is that this is our last day and we still have that much food. Need me to net? Your net? All right. First fish in the boat with Fern. Nice. You can get it? Need help?
I just was trying to save.
Well, we officially got our first fish in the boat with Fern, and she didn't even care less. Good girl, Fernie. We weren't quite sure what she would do. She's pretty unfazed. Yeah? Okay, go lay down. Chew on your cheese. Portage and dog. Let's go, Fernie. Keep going. Keep going. Come on, let's go. Keep going.
That's totally what that is.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, when they catch bigger fish.
Wow, there's so many of them.
Oh, the scales.
Yeah.
All the scales from the otters.
Bigger stuff
Right.
Yeah, a small one.
Cast iron rebels. Add the acidity.
Oh, did you see that chunk of
Yeah.
stuff just fly in there?
Piece of fire just flew in our sauce.
I'm gonna pee.
Right as I start recording. Paddling out in the rain, per usual. Almost to the boat launch. Well, Fern, what do you think about your first backcountry adventure? Started off a little bit rocky, but finished strong. No more mushrooms for you, okay, little girl?
Never again.
While I close out this video, here's a look at some of the mushroom specimens we cataloged while in the backcountry. We definitely learned some lessons from this trip, so here's my advice if you're traveling into the backcountry, or even the front country with a dog. First off, make sure you have some Benadryl in your first aid kit. Secondly, be prepared to do the research in advance of the nearest vet or emergency vet. If you have a puppy that's still in the eat everything phase, don't let it off leash even for a moment. Invest in a satellite GPS communicator. And finally, if you do find yourself in a potential ingestion emergency, make sure to gather anything you think your dog may have eaten in case it'll help the vet. Stay safe out there, and thanks for coming along. Goodbye.